Good morning, guys. So it is kind of a stressful day today. We are supposed to get some snow, and it's like every year we know that there's going to be snow. I mean, we live in Maine. It snowed before, even before this time, but it's hard because there's so many projects that need to get done and they never get done on time. So our number one goal for today is this sheep area. So I will show you where we got. The other day I had posted a video. It says, do you think we'd get this all done by Sunday? And that was regards to clean up and that type of stuff. I'll show you that, and I'll also show you what we're up to today and where we get from there. So let's go.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah.
Is it okay if I throw it over this? No. And then they get it?
Probably not. Okay. This ground is like half frozen, half not. Which can be dangerous because sometimes it gets like wet and then you think that you're standing on it and then, excuse me, and then you fall through. So we have little baby here. Hi! Hi, cutie! So, we are in the fence. We're trying to redo the building that looks like that. We are trying to rebuild a building by the end of the day. Yeah, or at least get it so they are able to get in. So we fixed all this fencing that was down, all this fencing that was down in the other video. All that got cleaned up. We have a big old brush pile. Yes, right there is good. We're going to be building right in here. A semi-high ground for in here. This project really should have been done earlier in the year, but you know, life and moments of the day gets. So all of this, remember the trees, this tree, that tree, those trees, all in there, all of those came down a week and a half ago, and this is all cleaned up now. So some of the fence obviously on the top is not the best, but we are using it at this point and hoping the dog doesn't get out. The sheep will be fine because see, the bottom fence is just fine. The upper fence is just, it was old fence to start with, but this is all back up. You can see that's the tree that was laying down the other day. That big tree, and it had gone into the pen all the way in and over. So we got all this back here. We still have rounds that we need to stack, rounds that are stacked, big piles that need to get burned, piles over here, burn pile here. Okay, so that is where we're at. We have to really watching a little bit where I'm walking because I have the baby on and I don't need to trip face forward with the baby. So our plan for today is the ground is semi-frozen. I don't want it to freeze anymore. I'm hoping to get the back wall up and 2 front support posts in the ground and cemented. If I can do that, then I believe that I can put like a ridge pole on and do slats and put the roof on. But that would be all the things that need to get cemented. So anything that's going in the ground, I'm trying to get in the ground today, because if it does freeze tonight, then we will need we'll need that. We'll need to already have that done. If not, then we'll have to wait until it's not frozen, and that would really stink. So that is the goal for today. We need more logs than we actually have. So what they are doing, I'm kind of talking them through what's going to happen down here, and then I'm going back in the woods to where we were clearing the woods back there, and we're getting more logs cut down, so I'll have him cut those down. The kids right now are bringing all the 4-foot logs in here, and I'm going to explain kind of what's going on. Do you have your saw, Savannah? Could you grab me a tape measure? Yeah. So these ones, I think what I'm going to do is line them up, and we might need to cut some of the knob areas here. That's like that. Some of those will probably need to get cut off. And let's see. So I think what we'll do, Cheyenne, is take, I should have brought my tripod out. Take this. She's gonna cut. We're gonna measure that and then cut. So we have the 12. And then we will nail those into the bottom. So I think my plan is for the back wall, we already had a bunch of 4-footers that were cut because we were rounding them up in manageable sizes. So we're going to nail those or screw them, depending on what we have, I'm not quite sure, into the bottom of this and make a wall and then lift that wall up. That's going to be the plan. So we're going to work on that, and then I'll come back. I'll probably come back with what we're doing in the woods. All right. So this is where we're at so far. We have these all lined up with a scrap board from the scrap pile. So there's, trying to get a good view here. So these are 12 foot apart. They're in the ground. They have cement in there, but you can't really tell because it's so flooded. But we have no other option really right now. And then we've nailed all along here the base, and we're cutting them here. And let's see. So then this here is getting nailed along the top, so we're almost kind of sandwiching them in there. So we have a couple more to do down here, get them nailed, and then we'll continue nailing, as you can see, nailing from the top here, and then we'll try to lift the whole wall up. And then we left the tab on the end here that will get connected to the top of this here, and we'll do the same thing on this other pole here. I'm just gonna walk this way a little bit, it's really slippery. So here's the front. I need to go a little further around. Sorry guys. Okay, so we have a big pile of wood right here, so I couldn't really step through it. Okay, so here's the front of it. We have 4 poles, 2, 3, 4 in the ground, and then we just put this ridge pole on and we put spikes on that. So for tonight, we're trying to get that back wall up so it will attach there to there. And then we want to we went out in the woods and we collected 8 poles for to go. What we'll do is they'll come from the corner down to there and just keep going along to the back wall. So we're trying to get those up tonight before the sun goes down. That is the goal. We'll see where I'm running out of power on my thing, but I just wanted to update you guys. This is where we're at. We're holding the wall up until we connect those cross beams there. And I think you can kind of see it. There we go. See? So I think that's going to be it for tonight. We are connecting these cross beams right here, as many as we can get while we can see across the top, and that's where we'll go for tonight. At least everything is like in the ground, that's going to be in the ground, so everything else we should be able to do with if it snows or whatever, if the ground even frosts. So we're going to work on that for a little bit longer tonight until we can't see anymore, and then we'll work on it another day. I guess it's supposed to snow now and then turn to rain, so I'm kind of hoping for that. But regardless, we got this far along, so I hope y'all have a good night.